One of the channels we often talk a lot about here in this show is MSNBC, which is the big sort of left.
MSDNC.
MSDNC, MSKGB, perhaps even, who knows? But it's but it is this channel that is where basically all the most radical leftist kind of propaganda goes. Well, apparently, telecom giant Comcast has announced that it's going to spin off and create several NBC networks, threatening MSNBC's even existence through a new company called SpinCo, and apparently people at MSNBC are losing their minds about the prospect of potentially losing this platform to pump their nonsense out of the airwaves. What can you tell us more about this?
I can tell you a lot. I am one of
Please.
the first two conservative commentators that was hired by MSNBC in 1996. Now, back then, it was a liberal network, but at least it had debate and controversy, and you could get your point of view across. It has become a propaganda vehicle now that no one I know who was there at the time would recognize. And I just have to say, I enjoyed my time at MSNBC. I was the conservative piñata. They love to take whacks at me, but I can dish it out as well. But this group, I think they're having a nervous breakdown. And I think they're having a nervous breakdown because their ratings have completely cratered since the election. Everything they told their viewers were wrong. Everything. And as a result, their viewers are fleeing, because it's one thing to make liberals feel good when you think you have a chance of winning the election. But when they clearly misreported the election in reality, they're going somewhere else. I suggest cribbage shows or garden shows for therapy for them, and now in the future. I don't think they should watch the news. Just let us get about the business of government, and don't worry too much about it.
And John, how is that sort of mass breakdown going? Because Mark Halperin, the political journalist, said that there was going to be a great sort of, among the left, a great sort of mental breakdown in the wake of Trump's victory, if he won, and he did wind up winning. What are you seeing there? How are people on the left, these very over-involved in politics Americans that we see, in the big cities, particularly in the suburbs, how are they coping?
Well, we just heard news today that Ellen DeGeneres, the former talk show host, and her wife are leaving for London. Eva Longoria has decamped for Mexico and Spain. So some of the celebrities are indeed leaving. But remember, this is like an iceberg. An iceberg is 1/10 above the surface, 9/10 below the surface. So a lot of this is going on quietly in safe spaces, therapy rooms, other places that we don't have access to. I think there is a mental health crisis. I think there is if you could create a painting that would describe the state of the Democratic Progressive Movement right now, it would be Munch's The Scream.
Yeah, well, and of course, we had that young woman who reenacted the Scream back in 2016. I think everybody remembers that so well. I'm not going to do the impersonation, but John Fund, thank you so much for your time, as always.